Because the moment you have money, you'll always find something to do with money. You'll step out and get a, it's not, you'll step out and get a deal out there and you'll be I might miss out on this. So as long as you have money in your hand, if you don't direct it, it will show you where it goes. So you have to command that money on where it should be going exactly.
If you have money in your hand, if you don't command it, it will direct you where it will go.
It will command you. You'll be the slave of that money. So make sure to be the one who is issuing instruction. Yes. That this is going to this bill, this is going to this.
Wow. Hello, 2026. The Lord has done it finally. We have seen a new year and I am so excited about what this year has to bring. If you're like me last year, we made a lot of resolutions. We're like, new year, new me, blah, blah, blah. And at the top of that list, it's always the same thing for me. It's get your finances in order and lose weight. Clearly, I am winning some, I am losing some, but in all, we are grateful. So today we want to talk about how to align our finances in 2026. Who better to guide us through 2026, our year of abundance, than Consolata Maina? She is a financial consultant, and you know what? Before I massacre this thing again, welcome, Consolata. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank you for asking.
How are you feeling this new year?
I'm excited, truly grateful. If there's one thing I have learned is to always give gratitude where it's due.
Even when it's not due. Sometimes just giving thanks can bring a lot of blessings our way.
And the fact that we are alive at this time and age, it's a good thing. We have to be grateful.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So tell us, what do you do, Consolata?
I'm a financial consultant. I like to say work with money. Any conversation about money, about your finances,
find you there.
That's where you'll find me. I'll be at the center of it.
That's awesome. I also read that you actually help in building wealth.
Yes. So when it comes to financial consultant, we start with the basics and we are talking from the pillars. Everything starts with pillars.
Yeah.
And when we are talking about pillars, we are talking of accumulation of wealth.
Of course.
We start with the accumulation.
I love this accumulation of wealth.
We can't plan for what we don't have. So we have to start with the accumulation of wealth. Then we go to the growth.
Yeah.
How do we grow what we have already accumulated? Apart from growth, we go to conservation or protection. How do we make sure that whatever it is we have accumulated, we have protected, we have conserved? And in the event of illness, there's a saying that goes that every family is an illness away from poverty. So how do we make sure that we are not those families? That we have measures put aside to caution us in the event of that. And finally, now we talk of distribution of wealth. This is
does this mean like we are getting wealth distributed?
Yes. We have already accumulated the wealth.
Yeah.
We have come up with ways to grow the wealth.
Yes.
Meaning we are multiplying whatever it is we have gotten. We have come up with measurements to conserve and protect.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure now that we are distributing, that our eggs are not in one basket?
Yes. Oh, that's what you meant. I thought like, now I've worked so hard, I've put all my wealth together. Now it's time for me to give back to the community. Is that what you mean?
We are giving back to the community. We are leaving our descendants money. We are not leaving them where we were. We are laying a platform for them. So we are talking even of how to develop a will. How do you have a trust fund? How are you investing in different investments that your money are not just in money market? 2025 has been money market.
It has been
money market.
It fights
everything.
Until money market in the choker. It says,
we can just stay with money market. So we have to come with different ways. How do we make sure that we have different channels?
That is awesome. That is nice to hear. And everyone likes a soft life.
Ooh.
What's your take on this soft life business? Because me in 2026, please, I just want soft life. I want to enjoy my money. I want to make more money. How can we make this soft life happen for everyone? Okay, for those who are intentional about the soft life.
I think of importance is making sure that you're making the right decision because soft life comes with a lot of spending, especially if the soft life is coming at the cost of your own finances. So how
don't we make funny thing, every time I'm doing this financial thing, I'm like, aren't we making money to spend the money and to enjoy the money?
But at what cost will it come at? Are you enjoying the money now, and then one event takes you back and you have even to travel to your up country because you can sustain even payment of rent? You are in debt. Your mental wellness is not okay. You see how the doctors keep on saying you need to go for a wellness every year?
Yes.
You need to do a financial wellness every year. When was the last time you did a financial wellness?
Okay, me honestly myself, I do it on my birthday. On my birthday is my new year, because that's when I can think about, what have you done for this year? Because January is
stock.
Okay, good for me. My birthday is in Feb, so it's early in the year. Because January feels a lot. Hey guys, a lot. I'm looking at, I need to lose weight. The only thing I lost was my weight gym clothes. I need to lose to change. You know that checklist?
Yes.
Yeah. So can self-care and like savings exist? Can they coexist?
Yes, actually they should coexist. That's the wellness that you need to check. Because most of our money habits, it's dependent on how we were brought up.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we were actually having a conversation the other day with a friend of mine, and they made a comment that if our parents were dedicated to teach us finances the same way they taught us religion, it would be a different generation. Yeah. So how do we make sure that we change? And we start with getting baptized ourselves in this journey we are calling financial wellness. And we want to be financially awake.
Yeah.
Before we transfer to the next generation, who are our children. How do we make sure that ourselves, we are doing right by the book? We have to make sure that they are coexisting. Because it also affects your mental wellness.
Yeah, it does.
The moment you're in debt, or you have some bills unpaid,
you're not unaogopa hata kushika namba hujui
nani anaitisha deni.
You can't do anything. You can't even take up any responsibilities actually. But back to how we were raised and our money. In your field of work, have you seen consistencies in like this person was raised? Because there's this example I like using. Okay, in my back of my mind, I've not used it on camera before. When you look at Indian families, I am yet to meet a poor Indian. Forgive me for this statement. In Kenya, sijawa meet mimi wenye nimeona. It's always this. They have their things arranged, and it's kama their grandfather had a hardware. The father will have a hardware. The son will have the same business is in a passed down generation and guarded. Yeah. Why is it so different for African families to do this? Have we been taught that wealth is a bad thing? Because the last person we had this wealth conversation about, we were demystifying when people say rich people are bad, or because we have that in our, and where did it all start?
I think more of is society, and then because most of the people are living in lack. If you are living in abundance, it tends to come with some guilt of some cost.
Yeah.
So you find that even in your circle of friends, there are people you can't invite even if you want to go and have a good time, because they'll be there judging you. Why are you having a drink this one? Why are you buying clothes this one?
Yeah.
But then you have worked for that money. Why would you not want to enjoy it?
But people never see that.
Why would you be reluctant about it? Yet you
Why would you be put that on a t-shirt? Why would you be reluctant about enjoying the blessings of the Lord?
Enjoy and do it guilt-free, as long as you're making the right decisions and you are cushioning for tomorrow. Because the main reason why it would come with guilt, you have seen in most cases that you have received your income, may it be a salary, may it be a deal, there's a check that you have cashed. But then if you have made the right decisions, you have made some investment, imambo ya kujilipa, not passing by and having one for the road or some good food, you have put something in stock for a dry tomorrow, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. If you have made the right decisions, then you'll not have a guilt about it. But if you did not, if you just fed society, you fed yourself for that specific time, then you'll start working backwards. That you had a check of $1 million. Right now your balance is reading 100,000. Where's the 900,000?
And you can't trace it.
And you can't trace it. And in most cases, it's because we tend to save or kujilipa as the last people of the cashier of life. Yet you're supposed to be first. If you have mastered and you pay yourself first, that if this 1 million check comes through, you are the first cashier. I'm a believer myself, so I believe in tithing.
Yeah.
So after tithing, if you pay yourself second, and then the rest, the society, the taxman and everything can cash out later, then you'll not have guilt.
Yeah.
You'll not find yourself back tracing the amount where it went. But if you did not, or you were zileza, you'll save what remains. In most cases, it will not remain. Because everyone you're crossing paths with each and every day, they're after your money. When we meet, I'm after your money.
That is true.
From the gate man to the supermarket, there's a lot of consumerism.
Yeah.
People are posting shopping here and there,
Yeah.
receipts from I don't know where to where. It's consumerism.
Yeah.
But how do you make sure that you are making the right decision?
That concept of paying yourself first is something I'm trying to understand. Does it mean, let's say for instance, someone has been paid $1 million, we have tithes. Do I say paying myself first? Is it paying for my rent? Is it paying for my bills? Or is it saying, Anita, you've worked so hard this month, take 20,000 to spoil yourself? Then now we start pangaring the rent and the things. Or what exactly is paying yourself first?
All those are bills. The moment you pay rent, you're paying the road. I said everyone is after your money.
Everyone is after our money, man.
You go to the supermarket and take a certain brand that you consume. You are paying the owner of that brand.
Yeah.
The moment you pay for Netflix, you are paying those of us who have shares in Netflix. So what exactly?
They should just casually say, those of us who have shares in Netflix. We need to talk about this.
So paying yourself first is the Anita 5 years down the line. What have you put in place for her? 10 years down the line, what have you put in place for her? Vacation is good. I actually, one of my goals for next year is traveling. I want to travel and travel. So it's a good thing and it's rewarding. But also, what are you putting in place for yourself? Apart from paying the bills, apart from living a comfortable today, what is it you are putting in place for yourself? And that is, we started with saying the pillars. After accumulation, there's growth. You can't invest before accumulating.
Yeah, because
So,
what are you investing?
Exactly.
in?
Put yourself on a salary. Look at your budget and what you can afford. You can even decide, depending on every check that comes in, a certain percentage. And it works different because we have different needs and different bills. For those who have children, they have more. For those who don't, they have less.
Yeah.
For those who are supporting their siblings back at home, they have more. So put yourself, make sure in every bill that you're paying, you have put yourself among the list. And you're putting something aside for the future you. Not for today, but for the tomorrow you.
And this is different from saving and investment.
It's part of savings and investment, unless you're saving for someone else's goal. If you have an education plan, which I have had most people try to not encourage it, and I highly encourage it.
Tell us about this, because that is something actually people talk about.
People talk of how some of these insurance products, they don't work, but I say unless you get in without a goal.
Oh yeah.
Take an instant of an average young lady who have a child and they are making maybe 30,000. That's minimum wage.
Yeah.
They have bills, they have rent, they have to provide clothing and everything.
Yeah.
So if this person gets into an education plan and they are doing maybe 5,000 a month, later in 1 year that's 60,000. In 5 years that's 300,000. How would they have been able to accumulate that specifically for the school fees?
Yeah.
Because the moment you have money, you'll always find something to do with money. You'll step out and get you'll step out and get a deal out there and you'll be zileza. I might miss out on this
deal.
So as long as you have money in your hand, if you don't direct it, it will show you where it goes. So you have to command that money on where it should be going exactly.
If you have money in your hand, if you don't command it, it will direct you where it will go.
It will command, you'll be the slave of that money. So make sure to be the one who is issuing instruction. Yes. That this is going to this bill, this is going to this.
Wow. That is something to it. So do you encourage education policies though?
I do.
You do.
I do, as long as that is what you are looking forward to. Because for most people, when they start an education plan, they take maybe 10, 15 years plan. And in 15 years, chances are you'll be at a different venture financially than you are right now.
Yeah.
So if they started with maybe a 3,000 or 5,000, and then now they are making millions. Once they are given the check of 100,000 or 200,000, it might not mean more. What I encourage is to keep on doing evaluation of your finances. Know at what juncture are you? Where are there some loopholes? What should you work on? What should you cut back to? Yes.
Talking about all these things, what are some financial red flags you've always seen with Kenyans? Generally come a people, we have these financial red flags.
Moving in masses.
We like moving in masses.
Moving
the
in
next
masses.
shiny thing, we will take it.
We are there.
2025.
I don't think there's any Kenyan right now who doesn't have money market.
If you want to talk to me directly.
How many do you have?
Talk to me. I don't talk about it.
So many people have even 5 money markets. Why would you have 5 or even 3 money market funds?
Different money markets have different, what is it called? Return percent.
What are you looking for when you're going to a money market? Is it the return? Is it conservation? Because prior to starting any investment, do a risk assessment. Know what your risk capacity is. There are those who know they can't invest in shares. Why? Because 1 minute the shares are worth $1 million, the next minute they are worth 200,000. Some people will corrupt, so some they are very much okay. So make sure that you know what your risk capacity is, what it is you're willing to uptake, and what is your goal before you start any investment. Most of the people, starting with you, Anita, if I ask you what return your money market is giving you, chances are you don't know.
I honestly do not know.
Yet you receive a statement each and every month. Do your calculation to the last coin. Know how much return you are given. There are so many money market coming up. There's Zidi that was launched by Safaricom. Most of the people don't know the return. The return has been fluctuating, but because this is what was announced, they are moving saying it's giving this return. But if you look at your statement, it's contrary different from what it's giving. So make sure you know to the basis where your money is going. Account to the last coin.
What does financial sabotage look like for a typical Kenyan, especially the Kenyan women?
I would say, first of all, the definition, financial sabotage, I think it's any decision that you are making financially that is not in alignment with your goals. So the first, I think it's emotional. We are very emotional beings.
But money is emotional.
Money is emotional, but spending should not. Just because you're happy and excited,
I feel
you should not be paying my bills.
Console, why are you attacking? I'm even sweating. Guys, have you seen me sweating before in this podcast? I'm sweating.
If you decide to be very emotional, just because you're happy and I'm not discouraging from paying bills, but just because you're happy should not mean it should trigger you to pay a certain bill. Unless you had the plan that you're taking me out and you're taking care of the bill, then that's okay. But just because you're happy doesn't mean you should do it. So emotional spending, that's one of the biggest sabotage.
Hey, but here
bills on me.
Bills on me. Today we're celebrating my girl.
No.
Okay.
Unless you had that plan. Also, emotional, that just because you have gotten a check that you're not aware, now you don't need to account for it. You don't have a plan for it.
Just see now, Consola, just hear me out.
Okay.
I was living my life very well with my mshwari ya 2K. Kidogo. Someone who randomly owed me money has sent me 50K. My life should change. I should.
No.
Hiyo siku tunakula pizza.
Unless all your goals are tick, then it should not.
Can we really have a moment where all our goals are tick?
If everything is in alignment, if you have started this January with this is how much you'll be saving, maybe you have put even a basic of 50,000 every month or 20,000 every month. If you have already done it for this month and then you get an extra 50, now you can decide to be generous because you know you have already ticked. But if you have even a deficit of last month or the previous day, for those who encourage the weekly charges or weekly saving, if you have a deficit for previous week, what are you doing? Throwing money here and there? You have no business doing that. The next sabotage.
Yes.
Should we continue?
Yes, continue. I will collect myself later.
The next sabotage, I think, is lack of accountability.
Yeah.
When it comes to finances, and I'm a calculate, accountability is difficult. It is very, very hard. Being a financial advisor and consultant, being the one who is always asking questions, the moment they are thrown at me, you're like, it's not an easy thing. Yeah. It's not an easy conversation to have. But I think once we encourage and embrace accountability, then you will definitely not be wasting money here and there, because you know there are people you have to be accountable to.
Can these people be like, do we need a financial advisor now like you? Because now if I'm the one putting myself accountable to myself, you see, hapo kuna, like, something will not work. Because now on this side, I'll be like, Anita, the Anita one, let's do this, Anita two. But you know, we are like this. Then Anita one goes back and says, can we really be accountable by ourselves?
It's difficult. It's challenging. I think you need a different person. It be your consultant, your advisor. You can use your spouse. You can use a friend that maybe you have similar goals and you know this is what you're working with. So every time you have a meetup, they'll be checking in. This is where we are supposed to be at.
And this is
what is causing the delay.
Yeah.
So when you know you have to answer to someone, you'll not be as lenient with yourself as when you don't have anyone to answer to. You will always be understanding to yourself. I'm one to say, extend grace to yourself.
Yeah.
So if I'm accountable to myself, it might not be not very much in line. Yeah. Yes.
You just mentioned one of the people who can be accountable, we can be accountable to, or our accountability partners can be actually our spouses. So we find women giving their financial, I don't know to call it a voice, to their partners. And what would you say about this as a financial person?
Having worked with a number of people, there are people that it works for them and there are people that it doesn't work for them. First of all, I think it's the depth of the relationship between the two people who are involved. But then every time you involve someone in a decision, it tends to extend the time frame.
Yeah.
So a decision that would have taken you a day or a week now will take times 2, because this is a totally different person. You are raised different. They have different values. They have different understanding. They will have different questions. So I think it depends. Is it a joint goal that you're making? Is it a joint decision that calls for both parties, or is it an individual goal? It's good to communicate.
Yeah.
But then if it's an individual goal, some might just pull you down. So you are the person to evaluate first, the person you're making the decision with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can women actually say, you know what, I can learn this thing by myself. I want to take an education policy. Yes, we're taking this for our child. Why not sit down and with a financial advisor yourself, usome, uskize, you understand, oh, this is how it works. Even though, let's say we do our finances together, which is okay, I have to understand the end goal.
Yes.
For instance, now we're paying school fees. I have to understand, why did we choose this school? Not just blindly relying on our partners to nini. Hata investments, unaambiwa na mzee tuende tununue land wapi, in the middle of the bundus, in a forest in Kitui. Wewe unakubali tu.
And it's easy. Akikuja kuambia hivyo, mostly there's the benefits zenye ameona za hiyo place.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a deal. Anajua what the value is, what they are acquiring it at that. It's easy to have a conversation where you are informing that there's this and this conversation that we had. There's need for this. I want to take up an education plan because of this and this. This is how much I'll be doing. Yeah. It's a totally different conversation from what should we do this, should we do this, should we do this? Because one you are consulting, the other one you are informing, and you are already setting it. that there's this girl that I have gotten. It's located at this place. This is the value, and I'm thinking of investing in it. So first of all, get baptized by yourself before you pull the next partner. Yes.
I get it.
And also the day and age that you are living at, with so many, the highest rate of divorce, I think I have witnessed, even from my clients. But you don't want to be the culprit that in the event it gets to that, you are now starting from ground zero. Because everything you trusted the other partner to be making the decision, you are not involved. You have no idea where the rats are. Your name is nowhere. You acquired property with your money, but then now it's marital property because it was within the period. So be wise. Just be wise. We're praying for the best, but in the worst case scenario, what would happen? Yes.
Because I actually realized from the people I've talked to is that one of the leading causes of divorce is finances. I really thought it would be infidelity.
It's not.
But
it's
I
finances.
didn't realize money is such a deal breaker.
Hey, money has a voice. Man, the moment you have a certain amount of check, your working style will change, Anita. When you have money and you're bounce
from this year.
Yes, even in town, when you're walking anywhere, even in the mall, when you don't have money, if you're in Carrefour, they specifically what you have gone to shop. You want tissue, you want
what are you doing
sugar, whatever
no
shop.
Offense.
But when you have money, you'll be looking who are giving the best, even the brands that you don't consume. You are there looking.
They might be
exactly.
Maybe I should check that out.
Exactly. So money, the same case, even in relationship and marriages, money has a voice, and unless you know how to communicate, even in those times, then you're okay. If you don't, ole wako. Yes.
As we talk about women, another red flag I pointed out or I saw was that most women are afraid to talk about finances. It's very rare to find two women sitting down talking about kama si chama, talking about actually how much do you actually earn? How much do you actually pay for this? How are you doing your finances? Why are women most afraid to talk about money without shame?
I think it's the shame that comes with it, and people are afraid that if you know this is how much I make, or even society expectation, you might start borrowing. If I tell you make $1 million, you might start thinking, this is my cash cow.
Let me tell you, that's the thing with Kenyans. Once they know how much you...
But let it be easy for your friends. I think I have come to a place right now, even all my friends, we know how much everyone makes. So that even when you're going for an interview, you know how to bargain.
Yeah.
You already know if you are in whatever field, maybe IT, I'm in IT. I tell you this is how much I make, this is how much it's going. By the time you're going to bargain about the income that will be coming out the salary, you have confidence. But if you have no idea, whatever they offer, that's what you will take. Because maybe you are desperate for that job. So it's a good conversation to have. I think because of what I do, it comes easy. There are people who get offended when they are asked how much they make. It's a very easy conversation for me to have to ask you, how much are you making from this deal? What was your take home? And then we can have a conversation around that. I think it's what more people should embrace. It should not come with shame. But then also people should know how to set boundaries so that once I tell you this, don't think that this is the money. Your emergency is not my emergency.
But it will be your emergency.
It will not.
Kwanza though you're looking like $1 million. Tunamaliza hapa ananipea loan ya 100,000. It will be.
Your emergency is my inconvenience. Hello? Hey. Okay. Yes. Okay. Learn that even your friends. Let the emergency, despite how much it looks like an emergency, don't cash in your savings to sort other people's emergency. Because what will happen when now you have a real emergency? What are the chances? Because I cashed out my savings to sort your emergency, that once I have my emergency, you will have money then. If you don't have right now, you'll have money then to sort for my emergency.
My heart is beating. My heart is beating.
It's well, Anita.
But I think this is a conversation truly we all have to have. And in that case where someone is relying on you for help, can you just go get some financial classes, especially people living beyond their means, which is, I think, one of the biggest things that get us into trouble.
Because pesa kidogo imeongezeka, lifestyle updates. Pesa kidogo upgrade ingine.
Imeongezeka, anajua konso yuko.
Hapana, mimi pesa yangu hapana. I'm one selfish person. And you should learn to be selfish and mean, especially when your money is concerned.
Yes. Okay, let's be vizuri, guys. But we should learn to be Actually, selfish people go further in life. Come to think about it. Because the same people you bail out are the same ones who will ask you, when you kujipanga?
Exactly.
When you are giving us, you are not saving anything for yourself.
What are you doing?
Sisi zetu ziko kwa savings.
Hey.
Wacha nitoke hapo kwa red flags. Now we have to balance the scales. We talk about the bad stuff. Now let's to wash a kidogo with the green flags when it comes to finances. In your job, I am sure you've met people who are financially well. What are some green flags that show you this person is financially okay and well?
One would be people who make the right financial decision. People who don't just, if I ask you what your money market is giving and you know what it is giving, if I ask what's the purpose for that, you know exactly what it is. Okay. You keep accounts for your money and you know exactly what investment it's for. You just did not get in because it's January. That now you want to get in, you want to get your finances in order. You're not just picking up policies here and there for the sake of it. Each investment has its goal and you're sticking through it. And it is easy for you to go through. You will find for most of the people who even started whatever investment in January, come March, all the apps that had been downloaded for budgeting, they were very active in January. February, Valentine ikakuja, mess up kidogo, March. By the time you are getting to June, most of the people have already backslidden. So if you're able to stick by that plan or that you have initiated, then that's a green flag. If you are able to command your money, that's a green flag. If you are able to set boundaries, there has been so many talks about black tax and its effect and causes, but I'm not against helping your family back at home, but you're able to set those financial boundaries, then that's a green flag. That you'll send money home, but they know not to depend on your money because you have shown them that you don't budget for my money. If you need your money, my money, you communicate early for me to put you in my budget for next month because money for this month is already allocated. If you're able to set that, that's a green flag. And if you're able to depend on yourself.
Okay. You know it.
Am I shouting?
You're shouting at me. You're shouting. Because the thing is, we've been raised, me. Let me stop saying we because I don't know if my audience was raised like this. I was raised to take care of my parents, my grandparents, everyone around me. So that to the point, if you don't take care of them, hadi mtu anasema wewe tutakulani. Again, it goes back to our African upbringing. Is this a problem? How do we fix it? Just like me, I'm a mom. How do I fix myself so that it ends with me? I don't pass this down to my daughter.
Make sure you are setting the light boundaries and also a light foundation for yourself. Because what will happen, and in most cases where it will come with hiyo tutakulani, it's because tayari ushaanza, umewazoesha, they can ask and you will always give. You have not set the boundary yet. So I think the first step is setting the boundary first. Because if you fail to do that, you will give everything and then kidogo. And you know retirement can be caused even by an illness or an accident. It doesn't have to come with age. So you might think right now you're very young. It's time to give out. And then what if you are not, the world or it's not that gracious enough for you to work until your 60s, until your 50s? What if retirement due to an accident comes in early and you're forced to retire early? What happens if you have just been giving and you have not set up measures to take care of you? So set measures to take care of you. Let's not extend. Acha tukate hiyo maneno. To extend now that our children have to also start having conversation about black tax. Why? We want to set inheritance. We want generational wealth. We want to set up trust funds for them. We
And
want
it's
to caution
possible.
them well. It's very much possible. It
Well,
depends with what decision you're making right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends with it. I feel like I can't breathe. That topic is very
It's an
sensitive to
emotional
me.
and sensitive
It's very emotional
conversation.
because I find it so much easier to say. Because I think just a few weeks ago, my sister sat me down and she was like, Anita, don't do this thing. You're doing this. It was a financial decision. She's one of the four who keeps me. At least I have one green flag, yo. I have someone who keeps in check. She's like, this is not good. You shouldn't do this. And I was like, but. And I did that bad financial decision, which I regret right now. It is easier said. Women are very emotional people. How do we stop this? How do you like, for me now, one of the things, which I don't know if it's a green flag or a red flag, I put my money where I can't access it. Because I know myself. I know right now, consult guys, you know, I have transport. I don't have, unaona already. Unaona? You know, my grandfather's sister's nephew is sick and I will do something about it.
Now,
how do you help women like me who are so emotionally tied? Is that a good thing, putting money where we can't access it?
It's a good thing, but also the moment that you're putting money where you can't access, be learning also how to be selfish. Actually, it's learn how to be selfish, learn how to say no unapologetically.
How? When people are looking at you and saying,
have in your budget, have what we call also welfare or donation. That in the event there's a wedding, assuming this January or the next month, February, you have set maybe 5,000 towards welfare. So if there's a wedding, if there's a funeral, if there's any type of contribution, that is the only kitty that you have to withdraw from. Anything above that is not in your budget. And you're very comfortable that you have given to the society what you had already allocated. If it's 3,000, let it be that. If it's 10, let it be that. But don't surpass. Because what happens, if you surpass, you'll be cashing out mostly from either your emergency fund or your savings to feed the society. You are being unjust to yourself. Love yourself more than you love the society.
What about, okay, yes, I agree and I do. Isn't this easier for someone who's like getting a salary? What about someone who
is in business?
Is in business. You get money today, kesho una. How do you get that percentage? Or how will you maneuver that?
And knowing when you have money and when you don't feel bad because there is a baby shower that is being held and you don't have money. Be okay to say no. If your friends are going out and this is the budget, be okay to say, like, now I can't afford that, with no shame. Because even if you're in business, I like to encourage that, put yourself on salary. Because you'll be in business, you'll have a big check this month, maybe tomorrow there is no. So you already know what your monthly budget is, what your expenditure, what your bills look like. This is what you should be paying.
I hear you. Yes. I hear you. Women often juggle multiple roles, being caregivers, being mothers, being wives, being all that. How do we balance our money without feeling guilty? Because the essence of all this is feeling guilty about not being a friend, not being a wife, not being a mother, not being a sister. How do we not feel guilty? Vizuri to
come into terms that you are enough in the form and the place that you are. Whether you give or not, you are enough. First of all,
whether you give or not,
you are enough. And make sure before you go to say you are enough, be enough to yourself. Because no one is judging you out there. And most of the people, they don't actually care. But you are going out of your way to satisfy these people who don't care. So first of all, make sure that everything, it's okay to give, it's okay to be a good friend. But be a good friend, give what you can. Be a good friend to yourself first.
Be a good friend to myself.
Anita, be gracious to yourself 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. Yes, because assuming even it's my wedding and completely you have given during this month, but you also want to give and you have cashed out your emergency fund, your savings. chances are I might not even know it. I'll know people, my friends gave this. I'll not know that Anita cashed out her savings to do this. So
and people are not even
it's
grateful.
not
That's the
it's
other
not
thing.
worth it.
All right. One of the things you just mentioned is that sometimes by March, to share everything we talked about in January, how can we keep this financial consistency all year long without feeling tired at some bit?
Set realistic goals. So if it's your kujilipa, let it be something that you are comfortable with. You are comfortable, you're okay, you can afford, and you are able and willing to pay yourself. Then let it be. Especially, I keep on saying, even myself, my money market fluctuates up and down, up and down. Why? Because the money is very much accessible to my hands. And some of them are real emergencies. Assuming there is a death in the family, you find yourself digging deeper into your pockets to satisfy that. So in most cases, if you have not rocked the money the way you have done, you will cash out. But what is docked, what is not within reach, is not accessible. So it's always docked. So have financial strategies for each and every goal. Let money be separate. Don't mix your money. Kaini ya biashara acha iko in different account. Kaini emergency iko in that. Kaini thinking fund near vacation, what have you, let it be in that fund. Wellness acha iko in a different fund. For the future, you acha iko in a different fund that is giving also a good return and has the protective measure. Yeah.
So we learn to separate our monies and align our goals, not just saving money blindly, not just using tools blindly, not just MMF imekuja tumeingia sisi
wote hapo, tools tuko na budgeting up 3, 6. No, have realistic goals, keep checking and reviewing, be consistent in checking. Look that January, this is how much I'm supposed to have saved, or this bill should have been ticked. Look how far you. February, have goals that this is what you want to achieve by March. Keep on tracing. Look every day, how close are you to your goal? Yes.
And if there's one thing that should be important to any woman right now when it comes to finances, what would you advise? Is it saving? Is it accumulating?
It depends with where you are. And in most cases, age is a contributing factor. Because I have a goal that in my 40s or late 30s or in whatever juncture, right now I'm in my 20s, in my 30s, how do I want my 30s to look like? How do I want my 40s to look like? Then have measures that are enhancing that. Because there are some good millions that I want to have. There are some assets that I want to have accumulated. So right now, in my current life, I'm in my accumulation period. So most of it I'm accumulating. There are people who are 3 years to retirement, 2 years to retirement. So we are on different junctures, different levels. So what your goals are, that's what will guide where your money goes. If it's accumulation, how do we get along? If you want to have 10 million in the next 5 years, the next 10 years, where are we at? Where are we starting? And I always say the best time to start is today. It's now. It was yesterday, the next best is today.
Now.
Yes.
Now. Pause. Okay, don't pause. Finish watching this episode and get
light with your
finances.
Yes.
I've also noticed that most women have a problem with accumulating wealth because of all the things that zinataka pesa. What are some basic maybe ways of accumulating wealth that you possibly know that you don't know apart from MMM that we can explore for women that are not everywhere?
The first one, I think once you have done a risk assessment, you know what your risk capabilities are, what you're willing, what guides you to an investment, and what your money habits are, because some emotional people are heavy spenders because they spend depending with the emotion that they are having. So once you have done that evaluation, then there are so many accumulation tools that will fit into, and I'll help you choose across industry what fits into your personality and your character.
Yes. You have to pay for that session.
We will have that
We will have
conversation.
that, huh?
We'll have that conversation because also the organization that I work in partnership with, they also pay.
Oh.
So let it not scare you that there's a payment to be made.
Yeah, so sometimes we are working. The only way I believe for money to work for you, you also have to learn how to multiply that money. Have you seen cases where when someone comes from lack, they're afraid of multiplying this money. They're afraid of, jana sikuwa nayo, wacha tu nitumie ishe,
Utaenda
ndio
aje.
kesho tuanze tu afresh.
Actually, for most people, because of the upbringing and the fear of lack, you find someone may accumulate salary. Yes, they are very diligent and very disciplined into how they spend and what they set aside, but they are not willing to take any risk when it comes to that money. They just want to take their phone, check the bank balance. They can see the money, then know they're at peace.
Yeah.
For some of the people, that's how it is. But hata wewe kuamka, it's a risk. Commuting from where you live to where you work is a risk.
Yeah.
Even waking up, you're not sure whether you'll wake up tomorrow. Everything in life, it's a risk. Just know how much risk are you willing to take. Because the issue is, you will have that money, but then it will not give you value. It's actually depreciating because of inflation. It's devaluing each and every moment. So if you have your money in the bank, the cost of bread yesterday and the cost of bread tomorrow, it's totally different.
Dollar pia.
And that's why mimi for chama nakuanga hivi. Unless that chama it's for social, because we also need social wealth. Those are the people who will come to look you or to visit you when you are ill, to see your baby once you get one, to attend for your wedding. Unless it's for social wealth, I don't encourage chama as a savings. All investment.
Hapa unaumiza wanawake.
Ukweli, ukipata pesa, assuming correction ya 100,000, wewe umepata pesa January, mimi nitapata December. Mmenifanyia injustice, juu ya shopping ya January na yangu ya December, you'll be able to acquire more things. Kuza kuna time yenye tunakujanga tunapata ati mkate sasa imepungua, it's no longer, let's know it's at 50, ama how much? 65, I
think.
Ati sasa itapungua irudi 40. Chances are, life inaenda iki-escalate. It will be at 70, 80, 100. So, hard conversation to have.
Yeah, I also had this conversation because I'm like, especially merry-go-rounds. Hata si chama, merry-go-rounds.
Yes.
Social capital is where it is.
It's
because you have people
capital
for your community who will come through for you and all that. When it comes to multiplying wealth, not so much.
It's not a channel of that.
So what's the difference in mindset between people who accumulate, maintain the wealth, and multiply it? What's the common differentiator you have seen, my village people? Common differentiator you have seen kati ya wenye, those who are willing, you know what, niko na million, wacha tu ikae kwa account. Those are, this million, if I play my cards right, by end of the year, it can be 1,100,000.
It will actually be more, because the basics, even if you put it in a fixed deposit, at an annual return, net return of 10%, that's 120 more in a year. But also, learn to be, if you put it in more risky, what we're betting, time yenu ya kushine. If you put it in more risky avenues, it might come as 5 million or 0, because there's a chance of loss. So once you have done your evaluation and know what your risk capacity is, then ule mwenye anataka maintain, there's no growth. And we are all chasing growth in different avenues. It could be spirituality, finances, wellness, health. We are chasing growth. We don't want to be where we were yesterday. So don't let your money be what it was yesterday. Yes.
Interesting. When you started, you talked about having a financial wellness check. How do we do that? And how often should we do it? Is it just annual? Should it be monthly, weekly, daily? Hourly sinikuwa nini sasa?
Hourly ni tricky.
Yes, sasa sinikuwa obsessed with your finances.
You will not be able to do anything else. But if for budgeting, I recommend monthly, because most of the bills are monthly. Make sure you are budgeting monthly. Check that this is what you're supposed to pay, this is what you're supposed to, this is what you have paid, this is the income that you got. If Console gave you 5,000 to go and have tea, include it as part of your income, and this is how you spent. take account of every coin that came in within that month, every coin that went out, and look at the contradictions. Where are you at? Review of goals, maybe quarterly. Monthly, you can check that this is the goal that I have ticked. So it's part of the budget because you have included it on your budget. Now quarterly, look how close are we getting. If it was a quarterly goal, have you achieved? If you achieved, clap for yourself, pat yourself in the back. Look, did you surpass? Have you not achieved? Or what cost? Why did you not achieve?
Yeah.
What can you do better? Yes.
Okay. As we wrap up, I want us to take a quick fire red flag or green flag trivia. Okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Number 1, I'll start investing once I earn more.
Red flag.
I check my statements every week.
Red flag.
Ooh. I rely on my side hustle to pay my bills.
Green flag.
That's a green. Okay. I don't discuss money with my partner.
Red flag.
I review my insurance every year.
Green flag.
I negotiate salary versus accepting what's offered.
Green flag.
Ooh. I invest small amounts while supporting my family obligations.
Green flag.
I prioritize self-care and purchases guilt-free.
Green flag.
I plan a legacy and I plan an inheritance intentionally for my children.
Green flag.
Balancing career ambition with wellness.
Green flag. Greenness.
Greenness, it's flying, it is green, it is green. So thank you so much, babes. How can people find you? Where can they get you? Because after this, sisi wote tunafaa kupanga laini mbele ya ofisi yako. Tuambie.
Just set an appointment. I'm a phone call away.
Yes.
You can always plan for something. It should be a virtual or a physical meeting. My number is 0719 407 170.
I think we'll have that opportunity. 0719
407 170. Once you call, even if I don't receive, I'll definitely give you a call back.
She will.
Or someone will reach out.
And you will insist until mupatane.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Sawa, thank you so much, Consolata.
Thank you,
It
Anita.
has been such an interesting take for me, hii mwaka. Hopefully, guys, this is
We're
the
starting
year.
strong.
This is the year.
And
Mukiona
finishing strong.
nimewaambia no, mukubali no. Please, to my friends and family. Mukiona ukiniomba pesa, ukiona link, it is to this episode. Usikize na uji understand. Thank you so much, Consolata.
Hata wasipokubali bado itakuwa sawa.
Bado hata msipokubali
It will still be okay.
Mnafaa kukata hii part munitumie mimi mwenyewe.
Hata wasipokubali bado itakuwa sawa.
I need to know that to
make a good decision. Msitisha Anita pesa.
Na mimi pia my sister Kathy nitumie hii video every week. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Till next time. Bye guys.
Bye bye.